Shabbat Shalom, this is Rabbi Brad Greenstein coming to you from Moish House headquarters in San Diego, California. Do you remember your first job interview? What did the people who love you the most or who are closest to you say? They said, just be yourself. Just be yourself. It's such great advice. We've heard it throughout the years because it speaks to this idea that there's something inherently worthy and valuable and unique inside each and every one of us. One of Judaism's most favorite teachings, most often told stories, speaks to this idea. And I love it when within Judaism there's a universal value that we love already that Judaism has spoken about for centuries. For instance, there is a strong mandate for social justice, and Judaism has a rich tradition of social justice. Judaism speaks to contemplation and spiritual practice, which so many of us are striving for. We have a mandate in Judaism to help others who are less fortunate. And most of us, hopefully, already believe in these issues and are reinforced by our tradition. And most importantly is this idea to nurture and develop ourself, told in this very famous story about a rabbi called Zusia. You might have heard this before. Reb Zusia was so well known, and his students admired him for his good deeds and his righteousness. They came from all over the world to learn and study with him. And so when they heard that Reb Zusia had gotten sick and fell ill and was on his deathbed, his students traveled for miles and miles and days and weeks to come see him. When they finally got to him, they entered the room and they saw that their rabbi, Reb Zusia, was shaking. He was trembling in fear. He was so afraid of dying. And they said, Reb Zusia, why are you so scared? What are you afraid of? You're the model citizen. You're like Moses. Your life has been amazing. You should have nothing to fear. And Reb Zusia told them to come close. And he stared at them, he looked at them straight in the eye. And he said, when I die, and when I ascend to heaven, the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy Blessed One, the mystery that we call God, will not ask me, why were you not more like Moses? The mystery of the universe will ask me, why were you not more like Zusia? Because the world doesn't need Moses. The world needs you. The world needs all of us. We're right now in the month of Elul getting ready for the high holidays, this time when we're supposed to spiritually prepare ourselves for the year ahead. And we practice tshuva, which means return. And more important than returning to some healthy habit, returning to more exercise, returning to taking on a characteristic or attribute, more important than all of that is returning to ourselves, returning to who we truly wish to become. It's no easy endeavor, and it's something that all of us, all the time, are working on, subconsciously or not. Because in the end, what we are truly responsible for is that authentic spark within each and every one of us. So I bless us all during this month of Elul that we take time to think about how we can nurture and develop and truly return to our greatest